All right, so now let's take a look at the first estimating technique, indexes. It's called indexing or indexes. Both are fine, okay? And this estimating method is to estimate the cost of an item at one time given the cost at another time. So what you're given is, for the same product, the price many years ago or many years later. It's just the historical data. And then you want to estimate the price or cost of that same item in another year. Okay? So that's when you want to use this method. And this method can be used at lower levels of the WBS, which means the very detailed components, the cost of the detailed components, or you can use it at the top level of a WBS to estimate the total project cost. So this method is very flexible. It can be used for detailed components. It can be used for total project. Okay? And here is the formula. So C is cost and N is year. Okay, year N, like year 1999, year 2000. Okay? And the other side of the equation, the C is still the cost. The K is another year, like the given year. So if you know that the price or cost for the item in year K, so that's gonna be that year, okay? The year when you know the price or the cost. And here we have a ratio between two i's. We call it I bar because there's a bar above that I. So I is index and N is still the year N. Okay? And the K is the year K. So basically the cost in the year N, which is unknown, is what? Is the product of two things. One is the CK, that's the cost of the same item or same project in year K, and that cost is given. You know that. And that cost times a ratio between the two indices. The two indices is the index of the same product in the year N, which is the unknown year, and then over the index of the same item in the year K, which is the year you're given the price or the cost. Okay, so that's the structure of this formula. And then let's take a look at this example. So we want to use the indexing method to estimate the cost of a new boiler. Okay, so now you have a new boiler. You might know the price of it or the cost of it many years ago. And then you know the index of this price in different years. And then you want to know like how much it's gonna cost for another, a year later, right? So let's read through this statement. A certain index for the cost of purchasing and installing utility boiler is keyed to 1988. What does it mean to key it to 1988? Which means in 1988, the price is the baseline, is the base. So all the other years are comparing with this baseline, okay? And for the baseline, we always set the index as 100, okay? And company XYZ installed a 50,000 pound per hour boiler. So this is a model of that boiler. And for what price? For 525,000 in year 2000. So we know the cost in 2000 for this boiler is what? Is 525,000. And when the index had a value of 468, so that's the index of which year? Of 2000, which is 468, right? That's given. And the same company must install another boiler of the same size, which means the model is still this model, right? The 550,000 pound per hour boiler. So same boiler, same model, but the price, the cost in 2014 is unknown. That's the cost you want to know. You want to estimate. So C 2014, the cost is something you don't know. You want to estimate. But what you know is the index, the price index of this boiler in 2014 is what? Is 542. So which means the I 2014 is 542. Okay, so this is pretty much what's given and what's asked. Okay, so now let's go back to check this formula. We want to copy that here. So Cn is Ck, some cost you know, times a ratio, which is the I bar N over I bar K, right? That's what the formula tells you. So let's put a bar on these two I's, okay, to make it consistent. Okay, how do we use this? Now we want to calculate C 2014. So our N is 2014, okay? And what is given, the cost is C 2000. So K is 2000, okay? And then time the ratio I bar N. We said N is 2014. And over I bar K, we said K is 2000. Okay, so you just substitute the numbers 525,000 times I bar 2014 is 542. I bar 2000 is 468. Calculate this. And you're gonna have a price 608,013. So that's the price for this same boiler in the year 2014. Okay. So I think for this equation, the key is you need to know what is N and what is K. Okay. In this one, you might want to write it down like N is 2014 and the K is 2000. Okay, that's the year number. Okay, so you won't, you won't get this ratio wrong.